Cubby blue blood flowing through our veins. Sitting in the bleachers in the rain. We've shed a million tears and drank as many old-style beers out at the game. Let's go, Cubby, Son Ranto.
Michael Cotton.
Son Ranto.
Michael Cotton.
Son Ranto and the lovable Lucy.
Mucho Scali.
Son Ranto.
Michael.
Son Ranto.
Cotton.
Son Ranto and the lovable Lucy.
Michael Cotton.
Son Ranto.
Mucho Scali.
Oh, guess who's in the bathroom puking rum chata? It's me. You know, I've had a long day, been at the theater all day long. I'm a little slap happy, a little punchy. So I decided to spike my coffee with rum chata, and now I'm engaged. That's how that works. Hi, welcome.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Son Ranto Show. I'm Danny Rocket. We got Michael Cotton here, the lovable Lou Sears, and IFG, the infield fly girl, is gracing us with her presence. And so this show is brought to you by our 112 Patreon supporters. Thank you so much. This is why we do the show. If you want to join us at patreon.com/sunranto, we will be forever grateful. And as always, we are giving away a Frank Chance postcard tonight. If you do #Chance in the chat, you could win a postcard sent to you by me of Frank Chance. But hey, let's talk Cubs. Things couldn't have gone worse, huh?
Man, how about it?
Yeah, I mean, at least they were going up against a really easy team in the Never mind. I'm now remembering that far back.
Yeah. Did everybody make it through all these games? Like there was one good game in here. We're not going to recap in a second. I want to talk about other stuff first, but I just wanted to say, just acknowledge how we're all feeling as Cub fans right now. And I just want to know, did you watch like today? How many innings of today did you make it through?
I was at work and happy for it. I was like, oh God. When I saw that score, I was like, holy shit. I'm so glad that I didn't see that. And I just watched the condensed game. And it was like just watching a Yankees highlight reel.
I was getting the updates as I was also at work, and it just like my phone was going crazy. I was like, damn, what a game. I was like, oh my God, what an awful game.
Until you found out it was all one team.
Yeah.
I went off on a lark and grabbed a $20 ticket to the Mariners game to watch Rich Hill throw some baseball. So I was watching the Cubs update on like the little light board at Safeco going, 13 what?
Yeah, it was an ugly bunch of games. Wow.
And yes, I did not see. I saw 0 innings of this series, and I feel perfectly okay with that.
At least they're just sticking with the program and just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Keep playing the same guys, whatever. Don't worry about it.
What's interesting is IFG says she has seen 0 innings, and I feel like David Ross is saying the same thing right now.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way. Well, let's start
bring back Joe Madden.
hey, he's available.
Yeah.
I think bring him back as the bench coach.
I think I was the first one who wanted him fired, but I'm like, fuck it, bring him back.
So, I mean, there's a lot of roster moves going on right now. I think we should start there because there's just so much going on with the team. I'm going to work. I'll go start from the bottom and go up. Connor Menez, who I forgot was on the team, he got designated for assignment, and then he was outrighted to Iowa. Caleb Killian went away to the Iowa Cubs. Chris Martin went on the restricted list, but don't worry, he's back now. Anderson Espinoza went to the Rockies. Alec Mills was activated, so we saw him this week. Alfonso Rivas, sadly, didn't work out. He's back in Iowa figuring something out. Michael Rucker was optioned to the Iowa Cubs. Then he was recalled from the Iowa Cubs. Then he was sent back to the Iowa Cubs. That all happened in a 2-day span. Jonathan VR and his terrible mouth injury is back from his mouth injury. He's back. Clint Frazier. Now, this is the one we're going to really talk about. Clint Frazier was designated for assignment. And I don't know if he's going to clear waivers or what's going to happen with all that stuff, but we will find out. Chris Martin, we already talked about him. Marcus Stroman went to the IL. Jan Gomes came back. Wade Miley was activated from the IL, and then he went back on the IL after 3 innings pitched, which we saw. So 2 starting pitchers went on the IL. And then Sean Newcomb came up just to give up 6 runs today. So,
and all those things you just went through, all those players, like, so now we know what the mystery was with Stroman not pitching this weekend. Where's Kyle Hendricks?
Well, he's pitching this week.
They were just like,
he has to.
We're not going to kill this guy's trade value by letting him hit or letting him pitch against the Yankees.
But here's what I want to talk about. Clint Frazier. Here he is pictured with his lovely fiance. So happy. This is right as he got signed. They posted this on their Instagram. It made the New York Post, this photo. So happy. I'm going to Chicago.
This is Danny's favorite photo, I swear.
Yeah. Well, I just like his red hair. But he's like, he's so happy. They're moving to Chicago. We think that this guy's going to get a second chance, and he really just never does. He
literally got no chances, and the only time he had any sort of quote unquote extensive playing time, he played for like 4 days straight, and he hit like 600. He did some fucking crazy like that. Like, he did nothing but kick ass for the 3 games that he got to play all together, and then after that it's just popping him in here and there, and it didn't work out as well.
There was one 4-game stretch in which he got 4 hits. So, I mean, that is the extent of what he did. He raised his batting average because it's such a small sample size. But like, here's the thing: but it
was the only time he got actual at bats. Like, it was that May 30th, 31st, June 2nd, June 3rd, June 4th, June 5th. That was it. Yeah.
When he came back from appendicitis. So, let me ask you, IFG, what did he? Nobody thinks he got a fair shake, but what I want to ask you is, do you think it's because he kind of threw the Yankees under the bus like just a couple days ago, that he's like rips them as the cookie cutter Yankees, or do you think this is just and they're like, you know what, this guy's a clown. He's not a good person for the clubhouse. Like, we're going to cut ties with him, because they didn't give him a chance. I mean, there's so many other guys you could have sent down, or I mean, why did they DFA Clint Frazier?
I don't have a good reason. It wasn't a good choice. We're still staring at Jason Hayward getting serious at bats when somebody like Clint Frazier, who actually could be a contributor to the team beyond this year, it's infuriating, frankly, that the team just continues to, I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's a real head.
You know what I mean? And I don't know anything about the any comments that Clint made. I know that there was some, that he wasn't terribly happy about like having to cut his hair when he went to the Yankees the first time.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of those rules.
Yeah, everybody's saying perplexing. They're joking. Steve says, extend Hayward. I know that's a joke. Alfredo says Hayward needs the ABs, because that's really what it comes down to, is like, why are in Jason
that is what David Ross said. He actually straight-faced told reporters, we need to get Jason Hayward at bats. Like, that's why, like, we don't have
literally
room.
Why? At this point, I want somebody to directly ask the question, why?
Because
Ricketts is already paying him. And now, is this really what it is? Because
Danny,
that's 100%. That's 100% what it is. They're paying him, and they're like, well, you better just play him, and let's see if we can work this out. It's got to be. There's no other reason.
It's like the boss's nephew. He fucking sucks, but he's at work every day. And you're just like, I've got 3 buddies who would be better than this guy if you just, fire him and bring these guys in. And, they're like, we're keeping
Jason
Joey.
Hayward, even just from the very beginning, his first season up, he showed a lot of promise, and halfway through that second season with Atlanta, and we're just kind of waiting for him to find his way out of this. He's just been like, just a little slump since like the middle of his second year.
A decade-long slump.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it hasn't
A
been
man
that
of
long.
much promise who never really, he just didn't fulfill the promise I think that people expected. I don't know.
It's
Maybe he
amazing.
just was never that good.
It's amazing how excited I get when I see that, like, his batting average goes up by like 15 points, and I'm like, oh my God, here it is.
Now we're never getting rid of him. That's the only thing that goes through my head. Anytime he does something good, I'm like, no, this is going to be the reason why he stays around for another year.
Well, luckily he hasn't done that all weekend. So,
Yeah,
well, actually he did, I guess, one thing.
Well, yeah, he hit that home run and he had a double in that game, and because of him, actually, that game ends up going extra innings. Otherwise, we would have gotten shut out twice. So, thanks a lot, Jason.
But that's funny that you say that, because it's because of him, because he hit the home run, and also because he got thrown out at home. Like, both things, his fault.
His fault. And then I like what Michael Cantor said. Patreon supporter Michael Cantor from Cubs Insider. He said, I honestly, with all my heart, hope Clint Frazier signs with the Brewers or Cardinals and destroys the Cubs for the rest of his career. DFAing the dude the weekend he was returning to Yankee Stadium. That makes Jed Hoyer, Carter Hawkins, and David Ross first-class dicks. And it really did. I know they say it's not personal, but it felt kind of personal. Like, that's why I brought up, like, he made comments because he, like, ripped the Yankees. He's done it a couple times. Obviously, that doesn't play well in New York. But within hours, he was DFA'd. And it just makes me think.
Were they afraid that it was bulletin board material for the Yankees and that maybe the Yankees might beat them up? Good thing that didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. That'll really motivate him. Yeah, it's a real head scratcher though. Like, why you would go, like, if it is just the money, you're on the hook for the money anyway.
Exactly.
No matter what.
It's just at this point, like, if I see the lineup and I see Jason Hayward in there, I'm like, oh, this is unserious. And I don't care very much about watching the game.
There doesn't seem to be any reason to tank in MLB that much. You know what I mean? Because it's such a long haul for these young top draft picks to get into the league.
Lyle, shout that shit from the fucking rooftops, because everybody has bought into this, like, we're going to just draft well, and then somehow that's going to make things all better.
No, but then if that's the case, like, you're still not making money now. And I got to say, as fans, watching Jason Hayward and them do this makes people less likely or excited to go to the games. Even if the kids aren't playing that well, when you put the young guys in, at least you're like, okay, this guy, you know, like, there's hope. There's like, maybe this guy will do something. Maybe he's going to find his way while he's up with the big club. Jason Hayward's not going to do anything that exciting. And when he does shit like that, you're just like, fuck, we're stuck with him for another 2 weeks.
Yep. And you hear, and
2 years,
you know, when he plays, he has a bad game, and you're like, well, this is the 5,000th bad game, and we fucking hate him. But when Clint Frazier has a bad game, it's like, well, you know, the kid's he's getting his feet under him. You know, like, you don't have the same sort of visceral.
You know, you see some hope in the future.
And even if you could get him going a little bit, and you could trade him away like you did at Jake Marisnick last year, you only got him on the 1-year deal. It was under team control though, and so I mean, he wasn't knocking the cover off the ball. He was basically batting about the same as Jason Hayward, but he also had some health problems, including an appendectomy. He was batting .216. 356 OBP, which I guarantee is better than Jason Hayward. But I mean, we're only talking 37 at bats, 45 plate appearances. Like, what are we don't even know what we're looking at. He struck out 11 times to 7 walks. Like, we don't know. He was hitting for no power at all. 3 doubles, no homers, no triples. I mean, but to say that, like, oh, well, that's too bad, it's a first round draft pick that just isn't working out. Like, I think that's unfair. We don't know.
Yeah. But this is the kind of thing that happens all the time. I mean,
right.
We have no idea, and people don't give guys a shot. Look, Frank Schwindel and Patrick Wisdom, they are not the saviors of this team, but they have come out and showed that they can play on a major league team, and they never got a shot before.
Uh-oh. I think we might be dealing with some main internet out there.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Or some secondary internet.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not like the best like baseball brain or whatever. I am primarily here for the entertainment. You know what I mean?
Wait a second, hold on. If you're
Whatever.
here to be the entertainment, what the fuck am I doing?
So, but like,
I've been asking myself that for about
Frank
7 years.
and Patrick aren't, they're not like your big, bright all-star dudes. They're not like the big star players. But those dudes like had to come in and replace the World Series winning beloved team that we were literally all like crying our eyes out over. And I have a Patrick Wisdom bobblehead. I don't own anybody's bobblehead. I have Patrick Wisdom's because he's fun and enjoyable to watch.
He's the rookie home run record holder for the Chicago Cubs.
Better than Billy Williams, future Hall of Famer.
Put some fucking love on that name.
We got Frank the Tank over here who had to replace Anthony Rizzo, and he has done a fantastic job of winning over the hearts of Cubs fans. Like, people love this guy.
And that's my point. These guys are maybe not. They're not going to be. They're not the team savers that we are hoping somebody might come up, but they have been definitely adequate baseball players to watch. They play hard. They're fun. Wisdom's a little frustrating, because he strikes out so much, but every time he seems to hit the ball, it fucking goes like out of the park or against the wall or some shit. So there's excitement when he's up there.
Yep.
Until he strikes out, right? Because he's going to do something somewhat interesting if it happens. But that's what I say. These are guys that could have had a chance 4 or 5 years ago, and they just couldn't because of where they were at or what they were doing. They just, blocked.
Yeah.
And
it's great that we get to see them have that moment. And I feel like just continually
and finally getting a paycheck.
Somebody who isn't going, like, he's not going to get better.
Yeah.
So it's like anytime he does something good, we're just waiting for the next time that he breaks 3 bats, grounding out to second base.
It's a total sunk cost, but that's how Ricketts is viewing it. He's like, well, we already paid for it. Might as well get out there. We're not going to win this year. So just like keep sending them out there. They're like, the fans love him. And then now but here's the other thing. It's like, what are they going to do? Because Seiya Suzuki, now this is bad. This is a Bleacher Nation headline. Seiya Suzuki's finger doesn't look great. You're looking at now you got Christopher Morel out there playing some center fields. What are you going to do with Hayward at that point? What are you going to do with that roster spot? Once Seiya Suzuki actually comes off the IL.
Okay.
Same thing.
Wasn't it just
the same place?
Wasn't it just like it was like a finger jam, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what it was?
The x-rays said that it wasn't broken, but it's not healing well.
It seems like it's broken or dislocated or something much more than a jam, Well,
it's not broken, but I mean, sometimes a sprain could be worse than sometimes that can linger a little bit more, a soft tissue or a ligament kind of thing. So, I mean, the hand is so many different muscles in there and tiny little bones. What I'm afraid of is that we're going to find out eventually, like, oh, we missed the break. Didn't that happen a couple years ago with somebody? They're like, oh, actually his hand was broken the entire time. Wasn't there something like that? I believe there was something.
Brian's wrist or something?
Yeah, they're like all of a sudden, like it was like hamate bone, or I forget. There was something about it though. Boy, we've seen it before. And then so Suzuki, I mean, you wonder what's going to happen with that. We get, Newcomb back. I don't know. These are just bullpen guys. I mean, I don't even want to talk about those guys. The main thing that's the real head scratcher that everybody's talking about is the Hayward versus, having, and DFAing Frazier. It just doesn't make any sense to anybody because now we're just now he's going to be gone. Somebody's going to pick him up, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too, because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
Why didn't we?
Well, I mean, we did, and then we didn't. You know what I mean? It's like I'm trying. I mean, it was like Rob Zastryzny just kept getting called up. He got called up like 4 or 5 times one year. Never pitched didn't throw the ball one time in a game. Just kept getting called up and set back down. Called up, set back down. It's that kind of shit. It's like, well, we won it, And then, well, maybe we don't. And I don't know. It's like they kind of fumble around. I don't know for sure if they know what they're doing all the time.
It certainly seems that way right now. Now, here's something that even if we don't know what we're doing, we wield great power. And that is, I wanted to go over our all-star votes because all-star voting is live. We talked about it on the Twitter Spaces that we did the other night about what we might do. So,
hold on. Turn it off. Before we start, before we see any of these things, I say, so IFG, you did one, right?
Yes.
Lyle has one or whatever.
Yeah, Lyle's got one, but he's having tech issues. He got no power.
It doesn't matter. We got his picks.
We got his
Here's
picks,
before we see anybody's, and you know how you picked or whatever. I say we put a little bet on who has the most all-stars off of their ballot.
Well, mine's a joke ballot. I want a real one.
Somebody shouldn't have done a joke ballot.
My heart. So
all right, I'll do a real ballot and then we'll come back.
Oh, look, you see, I really wanted to get your joke ballot. How great would it have been if it would have won?
So whose is this? Is this Lyle's or is this yours, IFG? It's you? Okay. So you want to explain your picks and go run down your picks
even
here?
a little. But
You want to hold on. You have to explain Nico Horner to me. That's the one that I'm not sure about.
honestly, there just simply wasn't anybody else on the list I wanted more.
Okay.
The popularity contest. So you want me to read them off here?
Go for it.
First base, you got Rizzo and Votto, which that's great. You got Altuve and Jazz Chisholm. Is that just because he's a snappy dresser and has like everybody kerfuffled down in Miami?
I really enjoy Jazz Chisholm. He is a lot of fun to watch. He has been hitting the ball really well this year. I am delighted to watch that guy play baseball.
It's possibly the best name in baseball right now.
Yeah.
It is such a good name.
And then you got Jose Altuve, even though he cheated.
I
Suarez.
am unapologetically a huge Jose Altuve fan. I enjoy seeing the Astros play pretty much anytime they come up here. So
She just likes baseball players that are the same height as her.
You got Eugenio Suarez, just to hear Pat Hughes say his name, and Manny Machado. Not too shabby of a pick. So
Manny Machado, he's seriously contending for MVP this year. He is doing so well. I'm very proud of him. Still wish he was a Cub.
We got Horner and Xander Bogaerts, who's going to be a Cub next year. We just found out.
Yes, he will.
Yeah. We got Kiermaier in the AL outfield. You got Kiermaier, Julio Rodriguez, Mike Trout, and then you got Mookie Betts, Nick Castellanos, who is actually not having that good of a year this year. And then
it's okay. It's fine. He's fun.
He's Nick the Stick. Yeah, exactly. And then Kyle Schwarber, who's also fun and dance as well. And then anything to say about those guys?
They like to hit baseballs really hard and far, and they're generally rather fun people.
Tom Murphy at catcher from the Mariners, Willie Contreras for the Cubs. And I never even heard of Tom Murphy. Didn't he have a comedy show in the 80s?
Right.
Sounds like that. Like and then Shohei Ohtani, of course, and our man, the man that the Sun Ranto show is putting all the weight behind, Rafael Ortega.
Good God.
We love
I mean, look,
Vector.
This is sad that my two biggest what the fuck is she doing is the two Cubs, Ortega and Nico Horner, because I just don't get. I mean, I get it. Like, it's your favorite team. You're picking those guys. That's great. I totally understand that. But like from a playing standpoint, I just,
wait till you see.
I will tell you that I did remove somebody and replace him with Nico, and I just couldn't in good conscience vote for a Brewer for the All-Star ballot. So
see, that's more how I did mine.
Yeah.
Mine were more like who I couldn't vote
Well,
for.
let's rip on yours. Here's yours.
Okay.
You got Rizzo and Alonso.
I got Anthony Rizzo, Pete Alonso. Look, the Mets are a great team. They deserve to have guys. on this All-Star this year. They're actually playing really well. So yes, I got Pete Alonso, Anthony Rizzo. Anthony Rizzo having not the best year, but a pretty good year. And I still love Anthony Rizzo.
Yeah, he's hitting homers.
Second base, Gleyber Torres kind of kicked our ass this week. I was watching him, in the highlights and just going through some of the games. And I really do wish the Cubs did have this guy. That doesn't mean I wouldn't have made that trade back in the day because that was a required thing. But, you look at him and you wish. Jeff McNeil, Mets, same thing. Like, he's having a good year. These guys are playing well, and you can't really go, too far against that. When the Cubs went to the World Series, right, when they're having a great year, they had like fucking 8 guys in the All-Star game. Third base, Jose Ramirez. I don't really know that much about him other than he's got like a 1032 OPS up to this point in the year, which that seems pretty good.
Yeah, he was like he was player of the week the other week, I think, too. So he was real hot. Yeah.
And then third base, Ke'Bryan Hayes. I figured the Pirates might not get anybody in this, but if they do get somebody, let's make it Ke'Bryan Hayes. I like the kid, Xander Bogaerts, shortstop, because we talked about this last week, who we want the Cubs to go after, and it really was. I really kind of felt like I wanted to go for Javi Baez, even though he's not playing well. But then I was like, no. Let me vote for the guy who we want next year rather than the guy we had last year. So Xander Bogaerts. And then Francisco Lindor, Mets again. I went Mets heavy. Then we go outfield, Luis Robert, Mike Trout, and Taylor Ward. I honestly don't know much about the outfielders in the fucking AL, but Taylor Ward and Mike Trout have great numbers, and Luis Robert seems to just kick the living hell out of the Cubs every time we see him. So I went there. And then the outfield, Ian Happ, Jock Peterson, and Juan Soto. Jock, unbeknownst to me, seems to be having a good year out there in San Francisco.
Yeah,
so,
13 dogs on the year, batting 897 OPS. Yeah, he's doing okay.
Yeah, Juan Soto is great up-and-comer. I love that kid, and he's, should be one of the faces of MLB going forward. And then Ian Happ was honestly probably my hardest pick, but I was looking around like there really wasn't anybody that I felt deserved it more than Happ. Like, I wasn't like, oh, it's Cubs, it's Happ, I'm picking him. I had to look through him and be like, well, okay, I guess I'm settling on this guy. Catcher, Tom Murphy. I'm with IFG on this, and Wilson Contreras, of course. And the designated hitter is not a real position, so we do not pick fake positions for any reason.
You just didn't vote.
Nobody plays.
That's how Hillary.
The only designated hitter in the league.
Shohei Ohtani by omission.
The only designated hitter in the league is Albert Pujols, and I'm not fucking voting for Albert Pujols to be in the All-Star game.
That's why you should vote for Ortega. We've decided this already.
You're supposed to be uniting behind Arbolita.
Yeah, Michael's just off on his own. Well, we'll do Lyle's real quick. He sent this. He's got Ty France, Paul Goldschmidt. Oh, what a jerk.
Paul Goldschmidt is fucking good. And I honestly, the only reason I didn't vote for Paul Goldschmidt is because he wears that STL on his head.
So Lyle's got Altuve. He didn't pick anybody.
The National League is going to have some trouble. They're missing a couple infielders.
Yeah, he also didn't vote for everybody. Jose Ramirez and Manny Machado. Tim Anderson at short. No pick for a shortstop for the National League. Benintendi, Judge, and Trout. Judge. I'm surprised nobody but Lyle did Judge. And Lyle's a freaking Red Sox fan. Like, what's he doing voting for a Yankee? And then Acuna, Schwarber, and Juan Soto in the outfield for the National League. Alejandro Kirk, who I don't know anything about, and Willie Contreras. And then William Contreras, Willie's brother, at DH for the Atlanta Braves. And then Yordan Alvarez.
He is ripping it up down there
for
the Braves.
Yeah, it's awesome to see. And then here's my picks. I gotta scroll back and find where I have them here. Where are mine?
After this weekend, Danny just picked all the Yankees.
Oh, I lost it. Oh, here we go. Here's my picks. Okay, got Anthony Rizzo, ex-Cub, and current Cub Frank Schwindel at first base.
There we go.
Gleyber Torres, ex-Cub farmhand, and current Cub Nick Madrigal, even though he's
That is
IL.
It's insane to pick Nick Madrigal regardless of what uniform he wears.
Ex-Cub Jamer Candelario at third base, and current Cub Patrick Wisdom at third base, the home run king. Javier Baez at short, just because I love everything that Javi will ever do. And Nico Horner, our shortstop. Eloy Jimenez, ex-Cub.
I would pick Javier Baez over Nico Horner every day, twice on Sundays.
Ian Happ, current Cub. Christian Pash, I only picked him because he was batting under 200, and I want the AL to lose. So they have to have some bad player in their lineup. And then Jason Hayward, he's actually Pash is batting less than Hayward. Eli White, never heard of him. He's on the team. I just wanted to make him feel good with a vote. Seiya Suzuki and his little hurt finger, of course, because he's a Cub. Wilson Contreras, because he's a Cub. Robinson Chirinos, ex-Cub at catcher for the representing Orioles.
That's deep cuts for Chirinos.
That's fun.
Shohei Ohtani, of course, at DH. And our man on a mission to get Rafael Ortega to take Pujols' place as DH.
So far, I mean, I'm thinking this is a two-horse race. It's IFG and me because fucking
I get another one.
Lyle skipped like 3 players. Danny picked every Cub he could possibly come up with in any way.
Yeah, I did. I'm a homer. What can I say?
And I'm going to end up losing because of Shohei Ohtani because she actually picked somebody for the fake position.
Yeah. So basically,
unless they make him the starting pitcher and don't let him be the DH, and then I win.
Could happen. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back, and we're going to talk about some of these horrible games that the Cubs just played.
Hold on. Dominic Guerrero says, perfect all-star ballot, Danny Rocket.
I'm saying. Yeah.
Perfect.
I nailed it just like I nailed my March Madness.
18 out of 18.
Yeah, just like I nailed my March Madness bracket. Same thing. All right, we're going to be right back. All over Chicagoland, there are thirsty, frazzled, overworked Cubs podcasters who are struggling to survive one more baseball season in the dog-eat-dog world of unpaid content creation. But it doesn't have to be this way. You can make a difference. Become a super ranter at patreon.com/sunranto, where your support ensures that poor, sad, pathetic, ugly, loser Cubs podcasters can pay for tickets and beer, and in turn line the pockets of the baseball oligarch Ricketts family. Just $1 a month can buy a scorecard. $5 a month can pay for guitar strings to write a Cubs song. And $10 a month almost buys 1 beer at Wrigley Field. Cubs content creators are the lowest pieces of pond scum garbage that slither over the face of this planet. But super ranters help them get drunk and screw off at baseball games. What do you get out of it? The Sun Ranto Show delivered to your podcatcher without stupid advertisements like the one you're seeing and hearing right now. Plus, at other Super Ranter levels, you can get Cubs music, access to private Sun Ranto pages, the Ranter calendar, and special thanks and Ranter recognition in our live broadcasts. Plus, eligibility for monthly prizes. What does Sun Ranto get out of it? Your money. For tickets and beer. Go to patreon.com/sunranto. That's patreon.com/sunranto. And become a super ranter today.
Hey, Danny.
Hold on.
Oh, is that 2016 champagne?
Yeah, let's drink it. No, this is not. I didn't know that 2016 champagne, that I actually could have gotten real money for those bottles. I gave it all away. I paid like $10 a bottle for this stuff, and I was like, hey, have a bottle. People are paying $200 a bottle for that shit right now. Oh. No, I'm just drinking regular champagne. It's the Red Snapper, the Prosecco.
The
Pink
red
champagne.
snapper. I'm sure that's the top of the line there.
But
wait.
What were you going to say?
So I just had a great idea because it's a Patreon commercial. Here we go. Every Patreon, right? The 112 Patreon people that we have, fill out and then screenshot your all-star ballot. Whoever gets,
send it to Michael to keep track of.
Yeah, you can send it to me, michael.cotton@protonmail.com. I will put that I'll put it in the links here, and we'll put it on the page later. We are going to give whoever gets the most players into the All-Star game from your ballot, we will give you a prize. It's going to be something fairly good. It's not going to be a postcard, but we got something good for you.
It's going to be this book and a David Ross bobblehead.
Ah, look at that.
You get the David Ross bobblehead. This is the prize. You get the David Ross bobblehead and you get the book. But
that is an excellent prize package right there.
But yeah, I'm making this up as I go along, but check this out. It is actually signed. This book is signed by Don Yeager, who is it's not David Ross signed. You have to do that yourself. Don Yeager signed it, though, so it's a great prize. Somebody gave it to me, and I never read it. So
okay. So if you want to be in this, if you're not one of those 112 Patreon people, you need to get in this. Okay. Brand new people need to be in at least at $5 though, because we need $5 for this, not the $1 level, because you're going to get it for $1, do the contest and jump the fuck back out. We know you. We know what you're doing.
Well, Dominic doesn't care. He says, I already have all those prizes, so he can give a crap.
Dominic's going to win.
So
he's going to get 2 more.
So after playing 9 games in a week with 2 doubleheaders, the Cubs then played 4 games the following week, and they lost them all badly, except for, well, one of them heartbreakingly, and the other one's badly. The first game, now you got some poems for us, Michael?
Of course I do, and I have them. I can bring them up too.
You got it. All right, so I'm going to play you some.
All right, are we doing the Orioles game first?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't know.
There's only 4 games to talk about, so
okay, let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Everyone needs to understand too, I have not seen this poem for about 6 days. Here we go.
Oh, this
Cubs poem 56, Chicago 3, Baltimore 9. Soggy game in Baltimore. O's hit balls more. In expanded Camden yards, we were told homers are hard. Leadoff jack from Chris Morrell. O's back-to-back off Keegan as well. This land is Wilson's land. Arbitration be damned. 8 dongs over the wall. Where is the dead ball?
Where is the dead ball? Yeah,
the dead ball disappeared this whole week. I don't know where the fuck it was, because I mean the other team might have been throwing them, but
to us only. This was exactly what Heather said was going to happen. She was pretty positive about her team and the Orioles, and that they had some young sluggers that she thought, and she also thought because of the muggy weather that there would be quite a bit of home runs offense. And boy, was there. Mullins, Mancini, Mateo, Hayes, Urias all hit home runs off of Cubs pitching. Keegan Thompson gave up 7 earned runs in only 3 innings. Didn't even get out of the first today after getting lit up again. I mean, Keegan Thompson pitched 2 of these 4 games this week. He got lit up in both of them. We were winning this game after the beginning of the first inning. Morrell support went out there, gave us the lead, and then it all fell apart.
So, okay. And that's really the only story here in this game and the game coming up with him is, are we worried about Keegan Thompson now? Like, he's been having a pretty good start to this season. We were feeling good about him. I mean, I know, hey, pitcher wins, but he's 6-1. You know, going into this game, or actually, this game was the one. Like, he's pitching well, and we're feeling good about him. And then he just gets lit the hell up in this game, and then even more so in the game we just saw today.
Yeah, gave up 5 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, no Ks. Doesn't even get out of the first.
Josh Oberheide says the yips.
The yips, yeah. What do you see in IFG?
I'll admit I didn't watch the game today.
Well, you see that he sucked.
Yes. I can't say that I saw why.
Gave up a lot of hits. Just kept giving up hits. I mean, I don't know why either. Like, you know how they're going to come back in a couple days and they'll be like, oh, he was tipping his pitches and he's doing this one thing and he'll miss a start and they'll figure it out and they'll come back and, you know, we'll hear what happened about it later. I don't know if anybody out there, like besides Josh says the yips is what he has. You know, I mean, I don't think it's that. I mean, I just don't think Keegan Thompson was supposed to be this exposed. I mean, he's like taking more innings than anybody.
Right. Somebody was like, you know,
you know,
at what point should we worry about Keegan? And I'm like, you know, maybe when he's old enough to grow a mustache. Like he's very young. Give him a minute. It's you know, these young pitchers, they're gonna get lit up once in a while. Give him some time. I'm not worried.
He's not that young. That's the thing. It's like he's 27, so it's like he's not old like at all, but he's only in his second year at age 27. He spent a lot of time in the minor leagues before he finally got a shot. And if this team was anywhere near trying, he wouldn't even be on it.
But they're not trying,
everybody's bringing out their cats now.
He came in a second ago, so.
Yeah. IFG, you're pretty crackly. Your microphone is crackly. Just thought I don't know what's going on, but I would suggest going out and coming back in and maybe it'll be less crackly. But yeah, I don't know like what to say.
Well, I mean, you're saying he's exposed. That is definitely possible. It could, I mean, we didn't think the Orioles were like this great team, but as Heather said, they were coming on stronger and maybe they are a much better team than we thought. And maybe this is where he's at with actually really good hitters, or, you know, maybe he has shown something that they know now what to look for. You know, maybe he's just missing something, showing something that he doesn't realize.
Well, I'm looking at it right now and it's just like, when you look at the innings pitched, Kyle Hendricks is number 1, 58.2 innings pitched. Keegan Thompson, your long man, quote unquote, is number 2 at this point. Because he had such a great start to the year, he still has a 367 earned run average, but I think the peripherals are different than that. I think we've been playing with kind of the house's money so far, and, you know, some of that stuff, like, you know, like the pitcher wins, for example.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, I immediately said pitcher wins, but I mean, they aren't 100% useless. The fact that he was in there means he was pitching well enough for this team to win, and we all know that this team is not very good. So
what I'm saying is,
do you
win or lose, success or no success? He's got this. Isn't it a problem that he's taken the second most innings pitched on the team thus far this year? That's what I have a problem.
Oh, with. That's what you're asking.
Exposed.
Yeah, every position's a problem. Every position, they don't know who's going to play it every game.
Yeah.
We just simply don't have starting pitchers, and someone has to throw the baseballs. So
Miley's been on the shelf again. Now you got Stroh on the shelf. They skipped a Hendricks start. None of these guys are lasting very long into games. Hendricks had like maybe a couple starts where he did, and then that's been it.
And he's blown up, that poor boy.
Well, wasn't it Thompson going 7 or Schwarmer with 6 a couple of times, and Thompson, I think, with 7 one time and 6 a couple.
Well, we'll get to Swarmer because, like,
but
borrowed
it's
time.
like only the young guys can actually go that long. Oddly, like of
Not
all
anymore.
the people that you wouldn't necessarily trust to see the third time through an order, David Ross, like, yeah, go ahead, just let him go.
I think is what IFG just said. What choice do they have?
Yeah, someone has to be there throwing baseballs.
Well, I'm not arguing against that. Like, what choice do they have? It's just odd that it's like those are the guys that he lets pitch deeper into the games rather than the veterans who you would hope would be better at figuring that out.
Yeah, like Vasky writes in, they left that Swarmer kid in the meat grinder. Yeah, because they
let's
got no
move on
choice.
to this Yankee series here.
Well, okay. Well, let me just
because
hold on. Yankee stat. Here's the Cubs games against the Yankees all time, not including the World Series, which didn't happen.
Where did you find this? I was looking for this goddamn stat. I looked all over there.
Game Finder. So Cubs are 4-14 against the Yankees. They have never won a game at Yankee Stadium, even if you include the World Series. And that's just a horrible stat. I mean, they're just really bad in New York. And they even played the first 2 games at New Yankee Stadium as the exhibition games, and they lost both of those. I know. I was there. I saw them with my own eyes. And boy,
they did not lose gracefully either.
Yeah. So this first game, it was just amazingly. I mean, those whole series. Cubs
you want me to do the poem? You want me to start?
But I just want to say something more about the series. The Cubs today. Jesse Rogers tweeted this out today. The Cubs are now hitless in their last 45 at bats with runners in scoring position from Elias. That's the longest streak by any team in the last 40 years. The most consecutive hitless at bats with runners in scoring position. Cubs 45. This year, the Giants were the last ones to do it with 43 hitless runners in scoring position at bats in 1996. They did it. Jay Hay hit a home run. There were other ways that the runs got scored, but it wasn't with hits. So game 1, go ahead. Do you want? I guess you get some music. Yeah. All right. How about this one?
Oh my God. Okay. Umps were shit. Hard to get hits. No difference between strikes and balls, it seems. First AB for Rizzo. HBP spells hello. Miley back to Illinois. J-Hay Oppo. Oh boy. Toot Bland's kill. No joy in Wrigleyville. Manfred Man is soft. Yankees walk it off.
Yeah, this game was fun until it wasn't.
I honestly don't know how fun it was the whole game. Like this, I did see some of this, and then I was off, and then I was back, and the Toot Blands, the J-Hay running from third. Okay, we have actually seen this before. We actually saw it with Patrick Wisdom against the Cardinals just the other day. Who the fuck is sending these guys from third on these hot shots to third base that are easily thrown to the catcher to stop this? Why are they sending them? They don't really have a chance. Anybody?
I think they're just trying to be aggressive. I think that they're trying to put pressure on the defense, and that if they know that they're a crappy team, that if they don't try to score the run, there's a good chance it might not score at all, and they won't ever get a chance to do it again, because this is what we used to watch bad teams do to us all the time. Like the Reds, they used to come in and have these bullshit little hits, and they would run and run and run, and we would be like, what are they doing? And then they would win. We're not winning, but other teams have done it to us a million times, and we're just not doing it well. They run into outs. I agree. They could have won this game.
But listen, there is a way to do that they're not doing, right?
Yeah.
You don't just balls out, just head off as soon as the ball's hit. You wait, you get your lead, you wait for the guy to commit to throwing to first, and then you try and do it so that they at least have to make 2
Do you
throws.
think Javi's on this team still? You don't wait.
I mean,
you just go. They have no choice. They're not that good. They have to just go and hope that they throw the ball away. That is the only way.
But they don't do that anywhere else on the field. These motherfuckers are out there running from first and second, looking all over the place. Their heads are all over like, where's the ball? What are you doing? And they're running slow as shit. But then for some reason, when they're running home, they're like, fuck it, I guess I just go. Come on.
Man, it's bad baseball player strategy. It's what you do. You count on the chaos factor.
Yeah.
You try for it and hope somebody screws up because there are so many things that could go wrong in that situation. It's almost worth it to try.
But I'm
it's
saying
not like we're good.
I'm saying all you got to do, you wait for the guy to commit to go into first, and then you go. Now, do you run into a double play that way? Maybe, but
see, Michael, your way makes double plays.
Right. See, like that's my rule. If you're gonna get out, get only yourself out.
Yeah. At least the guy at first will be safe.
I think you have a better chance. Steve Lozano says there's aggressive and there's dumb, and the Cubs are aggressively dumb.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. You could be somewhat smarter about it and try to make them work harder to put that pressure on them rather than giving them the easiest possible play. Like that's not what they're doing. I get what you're saying, IFG. That's not necessarily that hard to play. It's because they were obviously preparing for it. Like they were ready. Like they didn't even look at first base.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I knew after this game, after it went 13, which was exciting. I wanted it to go 100 innings.
I turned it off after 9, by the way.
Yeah, well, you missed a hell of a you missed a lot of ineptitude. It's actually exciting. Michael, you're wrong
does
about
that
it.
count? Does that count in the 45 runners in scoring position?
Yeah.
Well, then I guess we're 3 less. We're at 42. We still have another to go because that's not real baseball, people.
Well, here's the real baseball that got played. Miley, you have to go 13 innings and your starter only went 3. So your bullpen's got to take 10 in the first game of the series against the number 1 team in baseball. You knew after you then have to pitch Daniel Norris, Efros, Martin, Givens, Robertson, Wick for 2, Hughes for 2, straight up from Iowa. And then Mills finally lost it after we didn't mention Mills pitched actually pretty well in the game against the Orioles, came back up. I guess he'll probably have to be a part of this rotation by default at this point. But
he's not stretched out enough, I don't think, to
he
do
pitched
it, is
5.
he?
I think he is. He pitched 5 innings in the game that Keegan Thompson only pitched 3.
Yeah. By the way, Rich Blomquist puts in chat, Thompson has gone 5.1, 3 in 1 inning. So I guess I was wrong about that. I thought he went longer, but I guess
no, he's like just a long man. So yeah, I knew we were screwed after this, and we were. It just got worse and worse. Game 2, we got shut out 8-0, and it pretty much went terrible. Only 5 hits. Gomes came back from the IL, did pretty well. Schwindel, you gotta love. He's a hometown boy, Livingston, New Jersey. He had a lot of friends in the crowd. He got 2 hits for him. So, like, if you're looking for tiny little nice things that happen to us, that's one of them.
Do you want the poem for this?
Yeah, I do.
one?
I just want to go over this game real quick. And
all right,
Swarmer was made to wear it. Finally, the blooms off the rose with this guy. Gave up the 6 runs. Only struck out 4. No walks though. Solo shots, 6 home runs he gave up.
Which is like the first since 1932, right?
Aaron Judge had 2 of them. Yeah, it was just ridiculous. So yeah, we could do a poem, I guess. The
whole Schwarmer thing about getting hung out there to dry was an effect of the game before. There, like if that hadn't happened, if Miley goes say 5 innings or whatever, I think they pull Schwarmer out of there earlier and he doesn't have that happen to him, and he could just never get it back on track. I hope it doesn't hurt his confidence. It could possibly be, I don't know. He has a lot of footage now of what he did wrong that maybe he can look at and figure it out.
He has one freaking pitch. This is not going to play. Every time he threw a fastball, it got hit over the wall. Period. End of story. He does not belong in the big leagues. Like, there's no like, well, maybe I'll figure it out. No, he's never going to be a good major league pitcher. He will be an arm who you can call on, like Jen Ho Sang.
Right, maybe. He has already had a better career than Jen Ho Sang with the Cubs. All right, here's my poem for this one. Can't win if you don't score. Swarmer got to wear it. 6 solos, then the pen 2 more. Cubs fans, hard to bear it. Rossi's lineups are such a bore. Risp? Cubs don't share hits. I was working real hard on that last rhyme. I don't know if it worked.
At least you tried.
It would have been much better if I would have had better, like, if it was part of a song and there was good music behind it, then nobody would even notice that shitty rhyme.
Dominic said it looked like Swarmer was physically shaking on the mound visit. I mean, there's a lot of adrenaline. Yankee Stadium, just out there. And then you're just giving up 6 home runs. Like, you're getting bombs. Like, it's just not good.
This was the surprise that we got when we were doing the Twitter spaces and we were talking, and it was Stroman. Well, no, at the time it was Hendricks, and then it was Thompson. And because Stroman didn't pitch, we thought, oh, that'll just push everybody back one day. It made sense. And then all of a sudden we find out Miley's coming back and gonna pitch, and then they're gonna throw Swarmer in there. That didn't even make sense. Like, it seriously looked like the front office saw this Yankees team and was like, nah, we're not putting our good pitchers out there. It's too detrimental to those guys. So we're going to put these other guys out there and just let them get shelled the whole time. And then, even that, the to be determined, the to be announced, whatever, that could have been Kyle Hendricks. I mean, no, they go with Keegan Thompson. They put out maybe the 3 worst options for this weekend. And it's kind of sad for those pitchers that they got this put on them like this.
Yeah. It was even sadder for the fans who had to watch this crap.
Well, not the Yankees fans. They were happy as shit.
Yeah.
They were watching, like, that was better than like one round of the home run derby.
So then, I don't even want to get into this, but look at game 3. Cubs lose 18-4. They get out hit 17-11. Just a total shit show. The game was over my sister was at this game actually with her wife and got to actually have a terrible view of it from way up in the upper deck. And it was 8-1. Actually, Cubs were winning this one again after a half home run, and then before you knew it, it was 10-1 after 3, and then there was just no. I mean, what else can I say? Freaking Frank Schwindel pitched. I mean, it's just not good.
Oh,
Newcomb came back to give up
Frank
5.
Schwindel eephus pitch. That just like that big looping 35 mile per hour. That got just tagged. Yeah, that was amazing.
Lobbed over like by an 8-year-old.
Yeah, it is. I'm over it.
I have seen.
I'm gonna boo it from now on.
I have seen eephus pitches that do that kind of arc thing that guys cannot handle. That did not happen today. He handled it and then some.
I'm personally over it. Like the whole charming, oh, it's the first baseman pitching and stuff. This is happening way too much. And it's just like you look at it and you're like, Really? You're always saving the bullpen because you're always getting your ass kicked. Like, I'm over it. Like, the novelty.
Yeah, a position player pitcher is a delightful when rare experience.
Yeah. And this game was exactly the type of game that it should happen in, though. You know, you had the destruction of the bullpen in game 1. You had the loss in game 2, whatever, but you know, still you're trying to recover from that first game, and you're down by 14 runs. That is the game that you use this. It makes sense in that, but we're all fucking tired of it.
I don't want my first baseman to regularly carry an ERA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing. It's just happened so much. We're all tired of it. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm over it. I'm not.
Do you think Rizzo went over there and he's like, I got a 0 ERA, asshole?
But I did want to say this though, Michael. Did you know that somebody's trying to steal your thunder? It's Rich. Rich is actually watching. He posted this in the Sun Ranto Ranters page. He says, "Not attempting to take any shine from Michael, just trying to stay smiling during this Cubs shit show series." And he had a little poem himself. He said,
"I love this."
Said the Bronx it was to the pinstripes' delight. Thompson blown up from balls high in flight. Norris pitching bad like a big old cad. Carpenter's porn stash was all full of smash. Hayward reached a bag by beating out a tag. Morel swinging hard, but nothing going yard. Hap the only Cub taking. Yankees cross his lap. Position player Frank pitching again. For God's sake, Jed, start using your head.
I like it.
Nice job, Rich.
I'm down with it.
I didn't know.
I think those are good. And, you know, if other people want to do it. Jump in. It's fun.
I didn't know Matt Carpenter was a Yankee, and then he was. And
until you saw that Hernandez mustache popping up every
7 RBIs today against us.
Well, let me drop my poem then. No music on this one, Danny.
Okay, no music. All right.
No music on this one. It's a Yankee double Rooney. Cubs got hit until they died. A real big mess of our Uncle Tom. All we can do is just cry. It's a Yankee double Rooney. Ross's lineup just went dry. A real bad start for Keegan Thompson, and all we can do is just cry.
Oh no, man! You sang.
That was almost.
God, I'm a good singer.
Yeah. I don't know what to. You got to throw this whole game in the garbage. You got to throw the whole series in the garbage.
Throw the garbage with that song, right?
Yeah, I mean, Matt. When any game when Matt Carpenter's hitting 2 home runs against you just brings back too many painful memories of the past. And then for it to happen in the 3rd game of a just horrible series, and what a shit hole! What a shit show.
David Elliott, is that supposed to be the tune of Yankee Doodle Dandy?
Yeah, we weren't sure either, David.
He was trying.
It was.
It was Michael Cotton's best attempt at it anyway. So we're going to take another quick commercial break for StubHub and Amazon. And then I found out that I accidentally won the Amazon prize of the Bleacher Bum Band shot glasses last time. It was actually my purchase.
Wait, that was your purchase? You didn't recognize it?
I didn't recognize because it was just an iPhone case, and I forgot it was like at the beginning of the month. I forgot I got a new case because my other one broke. Anyway, I won accidentally. And so we're gonna
accidentally
we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do another. We're gonna choose a Patreon or a Amazon winner for the month of June. But you got to watch this for the month of May. But you gotta watch this commercial first. This is a Cubs fan buying tickets from the Cubs. And this is a Cubs fan buying tickets through the StubHub link at sunranto.com/StubHub, knowing that 4% of their ticket purchase will go to the Sun Ranto show instead of into the pockets of rich corporate douchebags. Buy all your tickets through sunranto.com/StubHub. Don't worry, it won't cost you a single penny extra. It don't stink to click our link. This is an Amazon shopper buying things from Amazon. And this is an Amazon shopper buying things through the links at sunranto.com/Amazon, knowing that up to 10% of their purchase will go to the Sun Ranto show instead of that cocksucker Jeff Bezos, who will just use the money to go to space. Plus, if you buy all your Amazon items through sunranto.com/Amazon, you could win a monthly prize. sunranto.com/StubHub and sunranto.com/Amazon. Two great ways to support the Sun Ranto show while sticking it to evil corporations who suck. And it won't cost you a single penny. It don't stink to click our link. Please do click our links at sunranto.com/StubHub and Amazon. But I'm going to pick right now, I'm going to share my screen here. We're going to pick a random winner. This is 1 through 43. Hopefully I won't win again. And if we do, I'll spin again. So here we go. Round and round she goes. And where she stops, only the wheel of death knows. The winner is number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9. And did I have that?
9 times.
Yeah, so number 9, I have the corresponding item. That would be, let's see, that is the whoever bought the Rubbermaid refrigerator, freezer, cooler fridge. Number 9, if you are the purchaser, please contact me at sunranto@gmail.com and claim your Bleacher Bum Band shot glasses because you just won. And as always, #chance in the chat, and you could win a Frank Chance postcard sent to you by me.
Hey, Danny, you're going to have to help me out with this. Pinkus says, I need to visit Mr. Appleton from Damn Yankees to learn how to sing.
Mm-hmm.
I am not aware, and I know
devil.
this is...
It's the devil. You have to do a deal with the devil to learn how to sing, is what he's saying.
Oh, okay. You know what? You're not shitting. But by the way, I am following 665 people on Twitter. The next person I follow is the devil. So we'll see.
Yeah.
If you want to like nominate the people I should follow for that, feel free to hit me up on Twitter.
I got a few people you can
at
follow.
Cubes Fanatic. Tell me why they are the devil.
Follow that guy Josh from Sox Machine who stole my Weatherman bit.
I think I'm already following him.
Oh yeah,
it's possible.
Well, watch out. He'll block you if you say something.
Actually, we're really good friends, Danny. We talk about you all the time. It's fucked up.
Good. So just a little bit of news you can use. You can hear on me and Sarah Sanchez's show, Cup of Cubby Blue, us bitching about the problems that are currently going on at StubHub. The whole site is messed up. There's tickets are disappearing. People aren't getting paid from them. People that have bought tickets aren't getting tickets delivered to them. It is a giant mess. It is a huge mess. And we are StubHub. We promote StubHub because we have an affiliate link. So I thought I would go through some of the other services that you could use and see what else you might be interested in using. Now, here's the thing, though. StubHub's still the cheapest, even with all their problems. Now, I don't know if you'll get your tickets, like I just was saying. Like, you might buy a great deal and you'll never get your ticket. But maybe the Cubs will let you in or not. I don't know.
You're playing roulette at the you're playing roulette with the low stakes. You can pay the higher stakes and you're playing blackjack and you got a little bit better chance.
So let me just give you some information on this. I got you get in prices and I got you bleacher tickets. This is for the Thursday day game against the Padres this Thursday. So your get in price, this is with fees. $12 just to get in the ballpark. This is for one ticket. Your bleacher price, $46. It's cheaper than that now. Then you go to Tick Pick. Your get-in price is $37, much higher. Your bleacher price is $46, the exact same. Game Time, your get-in price is $23, lower than Tick Pick, but still higher. But still double than StubHub. Then SeatGeek, your get-in price was $24. That's right around where Game Time was. Your bleacher price was $50 instead of $46. Vivid Seats, your get-in price was $20.77. Some people, and then you can earn stamps and stuff like that, and so there's like a way to like do a points club with this sort of thing, and then you get your 10th ticket free and stuff like that is what they're trying to do. But it's still $8 more expensive than your StubHub get-in price. And Vivid Seats, the bleachers was actually $3 more. So StubHub's still the cheapest. If you're gonna, even though it's messed up right now at this point, and I will let you know if it isn't, keep using our links at sunranto.com/StubHub. We also have a Vivid Seats. If you prefer to use another company because you hate StubHub, we also have a Vivid Seats affiliate as well that I just signed us up for. Recently.
So what is it? Have you heard anything about like what's going on with StubHub? Is this an MLB thing, a Ricketts thing, just weird starting to go crazy thing?
I don't know. I've heard a few things. Just that they did a giant update and messed everything up. But normal float for a Cubs game, about 5,000 tickets per game will be available. And then if it's a more popular game, it'll be more like 3,000 tickets available on StubHub. And it'll go down from there as like the weather's good or whatever's happening till then you can see like the supply and demand. All that information is gone. Your seat numbers are gone. So whereas you used to be able to pick like, oh, I want seats 9 and 10 in row 5 and in row 4 because we're going to piggyback that way. You can no longer see that anymore. So there's way less information. About 4/5 of the tickets that are normally available on StubHub are gone. Were gone overnight. A lot of season ticket holders had their listings deleted. And a lot of people lost a lot of money.
See, this makes me feel as if it's an MLB or Cubs related thing where they're like, oh, these are the season ticket holders and they're not allowed to do this or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Which I don't know if that's true or not, but
Dominic says 991 tickets on StubHub for Thursday. Just last week, I've been looking at that game for a while. Just last week, there were 5,991 right now. So I don't know what happened there. A shakeout. I think we're going to find out more as time goes on, but I don't know. It's going to change the way I do this.
This is what the Ricketts are doing with their money. They're just buying 4,000 tickets and then they're going to resell them for, an extra $2 and pocket that money because they can't.
Well, and this is the one price I left out though too. Sorry, $38 to get in from the Cubs. This is with all those fees that you see, and taxes. About $10 in fees. This is buying from the Cubs. $38 to get in. 3 times what it cost on StubHub, and a bleacher ticket is $60, which is 50% more than StubHub. That's buying from the team. So don't buy from the Cubs, whatever you do, because that's the worst deal of them all. Sorry, what did you have, IFG? We're about to say something, and
Oh no. No, I mean, I've never really been a StubHub person. I've used SeatGeek a lot, and most recently grabbed a Mariners ticket on Vivid Seats.
I was just going to say, you just went to a Mariners game. Like what
Vivid Seats is what you used?
Yeah, I use Vivid Seats. I just, hop on the light rail and buy my ticket on the way there. And, Vivid Seats was really easy. It was about the same price as StubHub because I always compare the prices.
The light rail?
Yeah.
There's a monorail, right? You're in Seattle, right?
Yes.
Yeah, take the monorail. The monorail is the greatest. I'm totally kidding. The monorail goes nowhere. I don't even know what the fucking point of the monorail is.
I have not encountered the monorail, but the light rail is very, very close to my apartment, and it stops literally right in front of the stadium. So I can just get on that, and then I never have to pay for parking, and I can drink at the ballpark. It's very convenient.
That's very nice. I really like that. No, they didn't even have the light rail when I was out there, but they had the monorail, and the monorail did nothing.
So we got if you're going to go to any of these games, we got the Padres in town, and they're a pretty damn good team. They're 37-24, only a half game out of first place behind the Dodgers, because the Dodgers are actually 4-6 in their last 10, and the Padres are 7-3. Not a bad team. They swept Milwaukee, who apparently sucks now, which pisses me off even more because the Cubs could have been good with the.
They've lost 8 straight, right?
Yeah, I don't know what they did today. They took 2 or 3 from the Mets, who are a very good team. They beat the Rockies. They had a doubleheader yesterday, so they're maybe in the same kind of situation that the Cubs were last week, coming out of that doubleheader. So it's one of their scheduled doubleheaders that we had this year because of the lockout. I'll just give you some comparative numbers, and this is frustrating as well. The Cubs, by traditional numbers, have better offensive numbers than the Padres do as a team. The only thing that they haven't done is scored more runs. The Padres have scored a lot more runs than the Cubs. The Cubs get on base more. They hit more home runs. They just don't score the runs. It's baffling. So their bullpens have similar ERAs. However, the Cubs have the 5th most innings pitched out of their bullpen, and the Padres have the 3rd fewest. So their starters are going deep into games. The Padres starters are 1st in innings pitched and 3rd in ERA. And their defense is awesome. Their 726 defensive efficiency ratio is the best in baseball. They are the only team with under 20 errors. They only have 18. The Cubs are just average in those departments. And Robinson Cano's on their team now somehow. So
that adorable SpongeBob jersey. Did you see it?
I did not.
Oh my gosh. Robinson Cano has his minor league game since 2009, and he goes on SpongeBob uniform day. It was magical.
Nice.
Surprisingly, SpongeBob Cano is not the first hit. Maybe I have to put Padres in there or something.
It's El Paso Chihuahuas.
Okay, yeah, I see it. Robinson Cano wears SpongeBob jersey. Oh,
I feel like
the Chihuahuas. Look at them. They look like giraffes.
Yeah. When you just said Robinson Cano wears SpongeBob jersey, it made me think of Hunter Pence wears SpongeBob pajamas or some shit like that. That totally sounded like one of those things.
So, do you have you got some rakes, flakes, throws, and blows, right, for us?
I do.
All right.
Today I'm going to show you how to rake.
How do we rake?
Well, what's great about this is that we saw these Padres 1 month ago. So I get to kind of compare and contrast from 1 month ago to now. And the rakes, when we saw Jurickson Profar a month ago, he was hitting 187, 313, 402. Since then, he has hit 322, 393, 471. And as we get closer, it just continues to go up. The last 7 games, he's hitting 417, 517, 708, and is over 1,200 OPS for the last week. So it looks like it's going to be a completely different player from when we saw him in San Diego.
He's going to cool off now. It's all opposite. Everything you're saying is going to happen the opposite.
It may be. Let's move on to the next one because I feel like this is definitely one of those.
Okay. Oh, yeah. We got to do our flakes. Hold on. I got to do the drop.
I haven't worried about flakes since my grunge days. Remember them?
I have G's like, what are you talking about? I'm in Seattle now. This is every day for me. A month ago, Luke Voigt got to Cubs pitching for a 3-for-5 day with 2 home runs, despite being a 184, 349, 327 hitter at the time. Like, that's a bad slash line, and he went 3-for-5 with 2 home runs against the Cubs. Since then, he's raised his slash to 218, 308, 354, which was better before his last week of 5 hits in 26 at bats with 10 strikeouts and 0 walks. He's got a 531 OPS over that time and went 0-5 yesterday's doubleheader versus the Colorado. So he's flaking hard. but he was worse a month ago when he kicked the crap out of the Cubs. That being said, you said, oh, now he's going to turn it around, right?
Yep.
Well, he went 2 for 4 today.
Yep. He's on his way back.
Yeah, he went 2 for 4 today. He's all of a sudden going to turn it around, and even though his numbers look terrible, be on the lookout for that guy. All right, let's
okay.
move on.
Throw
My hands to the Lord.
Let's throw up our hands to the Lord.
Okay. Taylor Rogers is their closer, and he has 18 saves and 21 opportunities with 27 strikeouts over 25 innings for a 2.88 ERA. Hopefully, there's no situation in which we see him. Outside of the save opportunity, we are looking at Luis Garcia with his 2.42 ERA with 22 strikeouts over 22.1 innings to go with only 6 walks and no homers. That's the guy out of the bullpen that is frightening.
Okay, how about
you just put your lips together and blow.
All right. I love that drop. This is going to Tim Hill, the sidearm lefty with a 6.08 ERA over 13 innings pitched this year. He is their most volatile guy, but he hasn't given up a homer yet this season. He's been beat by 15 hits and 4 walks over 13 innings. So he's just getting, death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, I bet we don't see him.
And
we'll only see him when they're winning by 18.
Or
Nell's pitching.
Let's hope that it's because they're losing. How about that? How about they're losing when you see this guy? And I said he's a sidearm lefty. Very close to a Submariner, Danny. Very close.
Yeah, let me ask you. This has been a point of controversy on this show for quite some time. A guy that throws kind of underhand, like a Dan Quisenberry type. What would you call them? What would you call them? A sub. Well, I don't want to say because that'll give it away. What do you call them?
What type of pitcher throws with
underhand.
an arm angle that is below 90 degrees?
I think the Submariners play at Cheney Stadium, and those are Submariners.
Yeah, Submariner.
See?
Like Mr. Submarine.
Yes, the Submariners are in AAA Tacoma.
Yeah, it's a weird way to put it. He said that on the show. We're like, what are you talking about?
It's Submariner. It's the comic book guy. He's Submariner. And it's not the Mariners up in Seattle. It's not the Seattle Mariners. It's the Seattle
I go back
Mariners.
and forth. I don't feel very strongly about it either way.
IFG's like, I go back and forth in the stands. Go Mariners.
I like what Terry E said about Luke Voigt. He said Luke Voigt is a keto version of Dan Vogelbach.
That's an excellent call.
Fair assessment. Okay. Maybe we'll get into this. Probably not. David Elliott, but maybe for the next show. Not sure if we're going to cover it tonight, but it is appropriate to point out that Andrelton Simmons has 8 singles and a walk this year. That is the extent of his offensive contribution. I say we have a Simmons watch. That is another guy that they did not DFA instead of, and we lost our beautiful red-haired guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Insane. Well, the weather for this week, the Cubs are coming back to Wrigley, so it's going to be hot. Oh my God, it's going to be hot. I'm not looking forward to this.
What's amazing is that I'm
90s.
looking at those temperatures, and that would be nice because it's going to be about 8 degrees hotter every single day here in Iowa City.
Brutal. Yeah, it's 81 tomorrow. That's hot already, but then 92, 93, 85. Not going to be fun.
Summer is back, people. No more of this fucking bullshit where we go to Wrigley in June and have to buy $80 blankets.
And then we have, it's Cowboy Hat Day. It's the best thing I could say about what's going to happen in this game.
Is that the actual picture?
That is the picture.
That's the worst fucking.
I know. It's the picture. Yeah, it's like a straw cowboy hat. It's like the kind that they give it like a barn dance to to like frat boys.
The blue. Okay, for the podcast listeners, we've got the straw cowboy hat that you would get for your child at a fair
At Dollar Tree, literally.
Yeah, at the Dollar Tree. And then the hat band is just a plain blue hat band that has Cubs written on it. Not only is it not stylized in any way, I don't even think those letters are the same size. Each letter is a different size. It's all fucked up. It's the cheapest goddamn thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it looks stupid. Yu Darvish is coming back to pitch against us.
Are we going to give him one of those hats?
Here's the Cubs numbers against him. Andrelton Simmons is 3 for 12. Maybe he's got a shot.
Well, he's getting a start.
Jan Gomes 4 for 8. Nobody is homered off of Yu Darvish, so hopefully I'm jinxing him with that. Jonathan VR probably not getting the start. 0 for 8, and that's pretty much the extent of anything.
Danny, am I misremembering? I don't have the Cubs actually seen Yu Darvish? Did we see him last year?
Well, they had to have because Patrick Wisdom has at bats off of him. Wilson.
Oh, right. Okay. So, yeah. So we had one game against him. Well, I because it felt like we were always missing him.
Yeah. It does. It did feel like that, but no, we didn't miss him, and we didn't. But we did miss him because we didn't do well against him. That's for damn sure.
You know what? I miss him every fifth day.
Yeah, exactly. I think we all miss Yu Darvish, and then here's what am I looking? Oh yeah, this is Justin Steele's games. He pitched really well last time against St. Louis. Unfortunately, the Cubs lost 5-3, but he did pitch 7 innings. 2 runs, only 1 earned. Although he only had 1 strikeout in that game, he got his ERA under 5, and he's bounced back from that time that against Cincinnati he gave up 7 runs through 2. So, IFG costume change. What do we got going on?
We have the
that's
straw hat from the Centennial giveaway.
Oh yeah, that game they blew against the Diamondbacks. Yeah.
Right. That was so much hype for just a loss.
Yeah, they really shit the bed in front of all the dignitaries. Like Ernie Banks was there to watch them suck. So then
2014 was a bad year.
Game 2, like they're really pulling out all the stops to try to get people in the ballpark. And so they're giving away all these special tickets. Actually, they're not trying to get people to the ballpark. They're trying to make money. So these special tickets actually cost more than a ticket that you can get on StubHub through sunranto.com/StubHub. And they cost more, but you get something for it. So if you can get yourself a class of 22, this is on Tuesday, class of 22 Wrigleyville shirt. Looks pretty cool, actually. It's just the straight up Wrigleyville shirt but it's got on the sleeve the patch, which is a cool patch. But it's also Grateful Dead night. So they're giving away this Grateful Dead hat. But here's the thing. This is also the picture that they put on the website to decide whether you want it or not. It is a side view of a hat. How do you sell a hat with the side view? I understand that you want to see that the back is trucker hat mesh.
But you can still see the cardboard insert.
Yeah.
You can.
Bad picture. And it's just like, yeah. I'm sure it's a fine hat. The Deadheads will be there.
I was going to say, because to be fair, the Deadheads do not care. If you just say it's a Deadhead, it's got the fake thing, they'll buy it. It doesn't matter. It's for the sort of half semi Deadheads that are like, well, I don't know about a trucker hat. So they had to see that.
Yeah. So it's dumb. It's a fine hat.
They really should have done the Wrigleyville 22 in a tie-dye for the Deadhead Day.
Yeah, well, no, because then you got 2 crowds now coming and buying special tickets. Now you got the class of 22 coming for the special tickets, and you got the Deadheads coming. And
are those going to be in the same?
This is not a giveaway,
right? But are the tickets, when you buy the tickets, are they certain sections?
You can buy them in multiple sections.
Oh, okay. So it's not like everybody wearing a Deadhead hat is going to be in,
No,
412.
420. No, no, every.
Then why didn't they do that? God damn it, Danny! You just fucking laid out the best idea possible, and they didn't do it.
I love that too.
Yeah.
I love when groups of fans buy seats together. Oh gosh, that's the best.
Yeah, they will not be doing it that way. You can get a
All
bleacher
the
seat.
deadheads would have sat together in 420, wearing their fucking hats
In
and
their tie-dye Wrigleyville shirts.
Yep, they'd had their fucking their old transistor radios out playing, and they've been trading their bootleg tapes to each other.
Yep. Nope, not gonna happen. They're
The
all in
entire
different
place would
sections.
smell like a Cheech and Chong movie.
All legal in Chicago.
Yeah. Let's see who's going in this game. Oh, the Cubs. I guess we're gonna finally see Kyle Hendricks. And here's his numbers versus the Padres. They've seen him a lot, but they don't do very well. Manny Machado does well. He's 5 for 12. Hosmer and Beatty are the only ones with home runs in 121 plate appearances. So he's done well against them for the most part. Padres collectively batting only 228 with a 562 OPS. So I like our chances here. And Hendo, hasn't been vintage Hendo. He had the one game where he almost had a complete game, 3-hit shutout. And he had another game where he went 7. But other than that, he's been struggling to get into the 6th. So
he's had 2 weeks to rest. He'll come out firing on all cylinders. I expect to see a 91-mile-per-hour fastball.
And the rest of the games are TBD. At least the last I looked, they were before the show. Yep, at least Wednesday still is. So if you were a Patreon supporter, you will get a special podcast with those matchups later on in the week as they become not eligible. Elemental?
Available.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
He's like, it's got a bull in it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're hour and a half in. I had a 12-hour day, so that's where we're sitting here. And then, but I will say this: they are giving away a Stranger Things hat, which is basically the exact same as the Grateful Dead hat with a different logo on it and a different colored bill. And that will be
in that almost, but not quite, totally unlike the Stephen King font. Logo.
Exactly.
Yep, exactly. And I don't know. I'm watching this new season, and I don't know. I'm 2 episodes in, and I'm like, I don't even know if I'm
actually.
finished.
I'm wrong. That is not Wednesday. That's June 19th. That's Sunday. That's this coming Sunday. So, there's TBD. We don't know what's going to happen, and so we'll just tell you later when we do know. Couple of announcements, just real quick. Bleacher Bum Band, we got another gig. We're going to be playing July 2nd, pregame, 4 p.m. Output Wrigleyville. It is free. The Red Sox are in town. If you want, get a ticket to that game, but at least come down and hang out. We'll be playing and then probably hanging out watching the game. So come on down to Wrigleyville and come rock it with us. That should be fun. And now, I got one TFC, which is a this flexing cube. Jarrett, our bass player, always wants me to say what it is because I just say TFC. I was like, it's a flexing cube, a flexing cubes fan.
Yes, and I don't have any of them because right when I was looking to do the work to get those, somebody told me I had to make some all-star picks.
Well, then we're just going to have one on this show. And that's the Chicago Cubs earlier in the first game were making fun. Or no, I believe this was the second game, the one in which the Yankees hit 6 home runs. Christopher Morel made a really nice catch up against it, playing center field up against the wall at Yankee Stadium. And everybody cheered because they thought it was gone at Yankee Stadium. And Cubs tweeted out, Yankees fans think everything is a home run. And then everything was a home run. Just
yeah.
And
Patty with this
Patty
didn't age well. So
this
funny.
didn't age well. Yeah, it really did not age well. Patty's
oh
right.
my God. That seriously hilarious, Patty, whoever you are. That is because for the next 2 days, everything was a fucking home run.
Everything. Yeah. So, IFG, thank you for joining us again. And I don't know what happened to Lyle. Hopefully they get hopefully they get power and internet in Maine again, because it doesn't seem like they have.
I believe that the nor'easter going through and tearing across the shingles of the houses, and people are dying. It's terrible.
And for those people that don't know you, where can they find you?
Me, I am on Twitter at infieldflygirl. No, I am girl.
Yeah. And for the podcast listeners, that's with a GRL. Yeah.
Yeah. And
no I, like she said.
Hey, so I've already got one. Let's see. The Cubs man 13G has already sent me his all-star picks. So send them all. This is the easiest way, honestly. Send them all to @CubesFanatic right there. If you message me with a screenshot of your all-star picks, I'll put them all together and I'll pay attention to them, and we'll figure out who wins.
And speaking of winning, I'm not going to forget this time. We've got to do chance for a chance.
I forgot.
Yeah. Somebody is going to win. So #chance in the chat, and I'm going to give you 2 more seconds, and you could win this fabulous Frank Chance postcard. #chance. If you're not entered, enter now.
We got 15.
Okay, here we go. No
whammies. No whammies.
Toad. Congratulations. I believe that's Todd Emmons.
And I believe that's the second time he's won.
I believe it is too. Yeah.
I think if anybody got in early on this, it's just their game. They just continue to win. And anybody getting in now, you're just screwed. You don't even have a chance anymore.
Well, congratulations, Toad. You got in early, win often. All right. Well, thanks. That's our show. We're going to play Coming Back to Wrigley for you, because that's what we're doing.
Because that's the theme song. Oh, no. Toad says first and only.
Oh.
He's like, he's done. I'm not doing this shit again.
So, yeah, Cubs, I think maybe we'll talk about it, but I think the next time we're going to get on, I really enjoy doing those Twitter spaces. I think we're going to try to do one maybe this Wednesday night after the game, if that's possible. We'll see. We'll let you know. We'll be messaging you to just follow our Twitters and stuff like that. That's been a pretty fun midweek show, because I like talking to you guys, out there and hearing all your opinions and keeping that conversation going. It's very cool.
It really is fun to hear all your opinions, even when I disagree with that one guy more than I can even explain to anybody how much I disagree with him. But it's fun.
Did he go say something nice about a designated hitter? Or?
He likes extra.
He likes the Manfred man.
Yeah.
Oh no.
IFG just totally she was like gonna dunk on me, and now she's like, fuck that dude.
Well, there's our show. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you guys this week later on. Bye. Spagog.
Right, Spagog.
I'm coming back to Wrigley with a ticket in my hands. No ring upon my finger, because I am just a fan. And I spent most of my money on sausages and beer. But I was there when they won it that year. A pressured anticipation had the city tightly wrought with a 5-3 combination. As the sailing ball was caught, half a dozen generations who would live to see the day the Cubs would take the season all the way. Now we're coming back to Wrigley. We're coming
Go Cubs, backwards.